Okay, finally. Finally. I finally feel good enough to draw again. Although I'm gonna have to skip tomorrow as well because I have a another exam. So like this is so annoying. It feels like I have an exam just like every 2 weeks. Even though I looked at the calendar and the last exam for this class was like a week
Twitch
ago.
chat test.
But still, it's just so fucking exhausting. Uh, I'm fucking dead. Anyways, let's continue. Um, yeah, I fucking hate. I fucking hate how bad this whole thing is. School, how bad school is. But oh well, it's just what it is. Um, it's not what it is. It's just so bad. Um, I wish it could stop. Wanted to, I wanted to stop, and I also want to become a better person. So I don't know if I even talked about this. Actually, when was the last time I streamed? I don't even remember. Like, uh, I feel so fucking disconnected with the world. I can't even keep track. Um. Oh right, yeah. I think the last time was on Thursday. So on Friday, I met with another psychologist, that guy called Richard. Um, but yeah, he turns out to be like pretty weird. Because at first we promised to meet at 3:15. But at 3:15 I just joined his Zoom call and I waited for like 15 minutes until um um until what? Until 3:30. So I left the call. Um and I was pretty mad because like I was pretty anxious. Like every time I have a meeting like this, I am just like pretty anxious about it. And so I just can't really bear someone else being late like that. Uh so I basically just left. Then I sent him a message basically just like telling him that I waited for 15 minutes and like I don't think this can work out. Um and yeah, basically afterward he just called me. Afterward he sent me an email like around 20 minutes after I sent him my email telling him that he wasn't there, and then so like he just sent me an email and then he called me. uh and then it was like he just wanted to get into a call with me, and turns out like he forgot he put on a watch that was before the daylight saving, but which doesn't make a whole lot of sense in my opinion because daylight saving was like 2 weeks ago, so that's a long time ago. But he claims that he put on a watch that was like before daylight saving, and so as a result, um, for him it was like for him it was 2:15. So like he thought he's gonna meet me like an hour later. Um, which honestly could be the case, but like That's pretty weird. So so yeah, I feel like it's kind of bullshit because I feel like he could be the type of person who like manipulates others. But yeah, I don't trust him too much because of it. But either way, I'm not gonna see him. Because basically what happened is that I later another thing I don't like is that like he already scheduled like a full time, like a full session for me even before we had our free trial. Like he already like had registered for like scheduled a full time meeting for us. That's what I don't really like because I just feel like he already decided it before I even agreed to it. So that makes no sense to me. But yeah, anyways, because he was late, my first impression of him wasn't too good. But then yeah, I told him like, about my suicidal thoughts. Like because at first he just really wanted like me to have a session with him. But then I told him about my suicidal thoughts, which honestly I don't even think is a big deal. Like I believe it's just kind of normal to have suicidal thoughts. Like I'm pretty sure we all have. Pretty sure everyone must have had some of these thoughts at one point. Maybe not, but I feel like it's not as a big deal as he claims. But basically, after I told him about it, he just like told me that I deserve offline sessions with a real person. That I shouldn't be doing like online sessions with him. And so as such, he just like didn't want to see me because he only does online sessions, but I need offline sessions apparently. Which is I guess makes sense, but not really. Okay, I think the what I need to do is to merge all these layers together like this. And now if I want to draw on an area, I would just have to select it. Yeah, I'll have to select that area before I draw on it. But yeah, anyways, pretty weird. But either way, my impression of him was already kind of destroyed because he was late. So for me, it's not a big deal. But somehow I still feel like I missed out on something. Because like basically the conclusion he arrived was that I should not be seeing him because somehow I deserve to see a an in-person therapist, and then an in-person therapist is gonna be way better because apparently he thinks I'm just gonna kill myself immediately the moment I start talking about past memories. That's why I need a therapist present with me to like calm me down, which is just kind of stupid. I feel like he's overreacting. Or maybe he just wants to get rid of me. But either way, I have some pretty bad. I don't know if it's just like an impression, but I guess some pretty bad feelings about him, and so I guess I'm kind of glad that he doesn't want to see me, and I guess I don't really want to see him either because of him being late. So a technique I want to try using is to use the lasso tool like this, and then draw within the lasso's area like that. I feel like this is kind of effective. Um, I feel like this way of editing things is actually a lot better compared to like using like layer masks. Yeah, but then I will have to kind of get used to it if that's the case. Uh,
Yo, what goes on?
Hello, Super Free. I'm just drawing again after a few days of not drawing. But yeah, it's like um it feels kind of bad because oh, actually for this area, I wanted to erase a little bit like this. Um yeah, feels kind of bad because I guess I feel like that that therapist was kind of special, and now he doesn't want to see me because he thinks I'm just gonna kill myself if I do online therapy, which I'm obviously not gonna do that. Like I just have suicidal thoughts. Uh, that's that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. Um, so yeah. But I guess I'm also glad. I'm also glad that I'm not seeing him because I feel like he's kind of manipulative. First of all, he's pretty old. He's like, if I have to give a guess, he's like 60 years old. Um, because he says he's a grandpa already. Like he has grandchildren. So if he has grandchildren, uh, then he's like for sure like 50 or 60 already. Uh, so I think he's kind of like, he's kind of just like super old. And oh yeah. So instead of creating a new layer, I can just like I can just use the lasso tool and I can just like
Hello.
draw it over. But I need to delete this though. Hey, hello Echo, welcome. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, kind of like this. But it's also kind of too light. Maybe like this. Um but yeah. Um Finding a good therapist is kind of a challenge. Um I'm not sure if I want to go with that girl. I mean that woman I met on Thursday, because while her techniques is kind of useful because it's like schema therapy, so it helps with like understanding my childhood, but I don't know how it's gonna solve my problems like concretely. Because I feel like schema therapy is just gonna like help me understand my childhood, but how is it gonna solve these problems? How is it gonna solve all these like thoughts and all this negativity that I have? So I feel like EMDR is kind of needed. Need
Is it cold
EMDR,
there? It was 88
but
degrees
she
out
also
here
doesn't do
today,
EMDR,
31.
so that's a
1 degrees
problem.
C.
Aku, it's cold. Yeah, it is cold. It feels like -5 today, I believe. Oh yeah, it feels like -10, but actually it's not that cold. Uh, it's more like, yeah, it's more like there's a lot of snow today, so that's a bit different. But yeah, that old man. That old man kind of pisses me off. That old man psychotherapist, Richard. Yeah, we'll just call him Richard. But yeah, Richard fucking pisses me off because he it just feels like he's acting like he knows better than me. I guess maybe he does. He's like a I mean, he has a lot of years of experience as a psychotherapist, but I don't feel like maybe I'm mad at him because like he just kind of dismissed me, but I'm also mad at him because like he's kind of wasting my time. Like I was on the call for him for like 40 minutes only for him to like reach the conclusion that he's not going to see me. Like what the fuck? He's wasting so much time for me. So, yeah. That's just very bad. Um and another thing is that he's yeah, I just feel like he's kind of arrogant. Uh he thinks he knows better than me. He was like, I cannot in good conscience take you in because you deserve better. Like what the fuck? I feel like I should be the one to decide that. But yeah, I also don't want to. Either way, I don't want to see him if he's this arrogant. Um, but I just couldn't help but feel like I missed out because I guess he is kind of relatively well known. Is my mic lower than
Is
usual?
your mic lower
Hold
than
on.
usual?
Wait. I think my mic sound. What? My mic sound is at 64. Why? Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I think my mic. I don't know how my mic's sound got lowered. What? Yeah, thank you for letting me know. What the fuck? How is this happening? Oh, maybe Claude?
100% better.
Because I was using like Claude AI to like talk. So I think maybe Claude AI just like lowered my microphone volume. But that's so bad though. Yeah, 100% better. Thank you for letting me know. If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have fixed that. So, thank you. You saved me. But yeah, like that Richard guy. He just pisses me off because he wasted my time. So I'm glad I'm not seeing him. Because I think maybe it would have been kind of hard to refuse him. Like I would have at least given him like a session. I guess just for a trial. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Well, something else is that it's that I feel like that woman is alright. I feel like if I go with that woman, she's probably gonna do an alright job, but I feel like it's not gonna be 10 out of 10. If I go with that woman, it's gonna be like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's just gonna be passable, but it's not gonna be like very good. But I want something very, very good. So
what's better though?
I don't want to go with her.
The search for perfection and stagnation.
I don't want to like because I tried one session with her
It's hard to find
And
an actual good
I
therapist.
feel like she's not gonna solve my problems. She's gonna look into my childhood. That's what schema therapy is about. But I feel like because like what I want to avoid is like after let's say 11 session, I kind of reach a point where she just can't solve any more of my problem. We just make no progress. And so because of that, I'm gonna have to change a therapist. That would be pretty bad because every time you go to a new therapist, like they don't communicate between each other. Like it's not a common practice for you to like import your medical files. So like every time you go to another person, you're gonna have to start over again, which sucks because you just lose all your progress, and you're gonna have to waste even more money. You know, because like each therapy session is expensive. With that woman, it's $180 per session, and it's also a lot of time. Super free progress or the search for perfection. Well, obviously, I want, because at one point you reach a point where like they just can't help you anymore. Like, of course, at first it's any psychologist is gonna help at first, but because I actually experienced this myself before with my first psychologist. Like she was still like being supervised by someone else, so she's like essentially an intern. And I saw her for my social anxiety. I didn't even saw her for my deeper problems, just my social anxiety. And I guess for the first 2 or 3 sessions it was kind of helpful, but afterward it was just useless. But I still decided to keep seeing her, and after like 6 or 7 sessions I just realized that it just doesn't help at all, so I just stopped seeing her. And yeah, actually it is very hard. It is very hard to find a good psychologist, but it is also important to find a good therapist that is for you, because if you find a bad one, then you are just wasting your time and money. You're just not gonna make any progress. Then there's just no point, because yeah, the problem is that you don't get to carry over your files. So every time you see someone else, you're gonna start over, thus wasting all your money and time. Yeah. Because like, say you just tell this person everything about you throughout like 16 sessions, and then you find out that this person is not gonna be able to help you anymore, and then you're gonna have to find someone else. But when you find someone else, you're gonna start over again, and you're gonna have to like tell this person about everything that you just told the other person about before,
so that was a bonus.
which is bad. Could disconnecting for the world and stay in the wild. Yeah, I did that, but it's actually pretty bad, honestly, for me at least. Like, it's good to be alone, but it makes me feel so lonely that I just can't fucking bear. It just gives me a sense of doom when I'm just alone. But when I'm with people, I'm also just so fucking nervous. It's like both are bad. But my real problem is not even social anxiety. I feel like social anxiety is just kind of a symptom. I feel like my real problem is like all these childhood trauma, all these bad childhood experiences.
I wasn't alone. I was with 11 other people.
Yeah, I need someone who can solve these. So I want to make sure that psychologist that I'm visiting is able to solve my problems before I proceed with further sessions. So, which is why, like, for now, I've had like a full-time session with like 2 people so far. But after one session, I will not do a second one unless I can be pretty certain that they are good. Which, at least until now, I don't feel like they're really that good. I can wait. I have time. I can wait until I find someone who's perfect. Oh, okay, you were with 11 other people. Oh, well then that's good if you're able to connect with them. But I feel like if I go with like 11 other people, I would not be able to connect with anyone. Like the worst feeling is when you are with a bunch of other people, but you're just like disconnected from them. That's like the worst. Actually, that's how it feels like in school. It's like there are all these people talking and laughing around me, but I'm just like, I'm not friend with any of them. So it just feels even more lonely when you realize that everyone around you has friends. Which is bad because then I just feel like I have to make friends.
We were all way different.
Then it just makes me make friends with people I don't care about, just so I don't feel like I'm the only one without friends. Which creates this belief that I have to sacrifice myself and I have to hide the parts of myself that other people don't like just to make them like me. Hello, Lanka. Welcome. Hello, beautiful. I'm talking about like finding a psychologist who is perfect before committing. Yeah, fluff.
Ooh,
I'm
you're
wearing
fluffy
like a
today.
fluffy coat today. Oh yeah, also I need to wash my glove. Like this is a new glove, so I don't need to wash it. But there was like a gray glove that I replaced this one with, and I need to wash that one. Like I don't even think I even sweat, but I think it's still good to like wash it every now and then. But yeah, like I guess like with people and with psychologists, it's like until you find someone who's perfect, you shouldn't commit. Yeah, just don't commit until you found someone who's perfect. Simple as. Do not settle for someone who's like,
Looking for
I guess,
perfect is useless Rainco 3Q.
60. Who's 60%. Lanka, looking for perfect is useless. Well, I mean, yeah, you are not gonna be able to reach like 100, but I don't want to settle for like 60. I don't want to settle for like 6 out of 10. I want like 8 out of 10 for a psychologist. You know, I want that psychologist to be able to solve like the vast majority of my problems. But I think for that woman called Gazelle, yeah, I'm just gonna refer to them by their name instead of like that woman or that guy, or that old man. But yeah, Gazelle. I feel like Gazelle is pretty good. I feel like she's like a pretty good standard psychologist. And I feel like if you don't have a whole lot of problems, then if you go with her, there is really like no problem. But I feel like for me specifically, she's not gonna be able to solve a whole lot of my problems. And I kind of know this because I've been talking with AI for a long time. And I'm at a point where I'm just reaching diminishing return. Like where AI just doesn't really help me with anything anymore. So Gazelle, she kind of does the same. But she's like slightly better. But yeah, she just focuses a lot on childhood, and she's gonna make me talk about my childhood. But I'm already talking about it with AI every day, so I feel like it's gonna be able to reach diminishing return pretty quickly. Lol, Aku, yeah. I mean, I'm also bad with names. But hopefully, if I say their names a lot, it's gonna be better. Lanka, I only had one session. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, how much resource should I commit to it? Because like every session is $180. I don't have that much money. I don't have that much money to like spend on someone who is like, you know, I don't have like unlimited money.
Find a job.
So I don't know. Steal Aku's money, lol. Lanka, find a job. I mean, even if I find a job, 160, 180, that's still a lot. I still don't want to waste my money. So I feel like one session is the best I can do before I decide whether it's good or not. And I think it's not good. I think it's not good enough for me, at least. Lol, many have tried, none have survived. Yeah.
Many have tried, none have survived.
I mean, I guess it's kind of the equivalent of like finding a perfect date. Except in this case, I am the chooser. Like, I just choose.
Aku has a cold wallet.
Like, I'm the one who's choosing, so I'm gonna make sure to like choose someone who's very, very good. Aku has a cold wallet, lol. Yeah. Gonna have to use the $5 wrench attack on Aku.
Also, my total amount of money.
Your total amount of money is. I mean, didn't you buy a car? With the amount of car thieves, maybe someone will be able to access it. I hope. But yeah, maybe what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna end up seeing a lot of therapists. Just have one session with a lot of therapists, and at the very end, I'm gonna decide on someone. You know. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not a huge deal.
These jobs are gonna be bringing
I feel like finding someone who's good is more important than just like wanting to commit too soon. Because then it's gonna be like, if I just like get like 10 sessions with someone who's not good, I already said what's gonna happen. So that's not ideal. I just want someone who's gonna solve all my problems. Like ask her for more in-depth word faster, and ask to give me practice and what she does. I mean, I already asked her how she's gonna solve my problem, and she just says I'm gonna have to do it. That she's just guiding me, and that I'm gonna have to do it, which what? Mancraft official. What the fuck? I'm banning this guy. What the hell is that? Okay, I'm banning all these like Spanish speakers. Yeah, Lanka. Like,
Sai, just keep her in mind. Then, in case you'd want to.
I
Go
feel
back.
like she's not bad, but I'm gonna try to look for more. Like I'm keeping her in mind. Yeah, actually, what's these two Spanish speaking people?
All right.
Where did they come from? I thought it was like a Discord raid or something. Why would they go into like an English stream
What
and
about
just
the
like
new
start
guy,
speaking
though?
Spanish? Lanka, what about the new guy?
Di Piero pork.
What?
Nos media rastea. Sí, sí. Corazon. At William Glanka Band.
Corazon. What is Corazon? Crying. But
Crying.
yeah. Strange. Maybe I'm gonna have to. But yeah, I'm also adding accessories like this because I want to practice adding stuff after the drawing is already done. I feel like that's something I'm not good at, is to like add stuff after the thing is already kind of complete. So I want to do that. So like about the new guy. Well, I emailed him back, telling him what time I want to meet, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. Well, actually, ideally, maybe I want to see the healthy gamer guy. Dr. K from healthygamer.gg. But I feel like that Dr. K is also kind of a narcissist. I don't know. Dr. K is kind of weird. I don't have a good impression of him. Like this guy. I think what he says makes sense, but he's kind of strange. I don't know. I don't have a very good impression of him. If I have to rate him, he's like maybe 7. Yeah. Actually, this part is too big. I'm gonna have to reduce the size a bit. Oh my god. Langa, if I already dislike him.
Well,
Yeah.
you already dislike him. Why
Honestly, I
spend
already
time,
kind
cheeks,
I kind of dislike Dr. K. Just like outright. So Dr. K is also not good. Don't like him. But that old man is also not good. I think after all of this, but what's kind of disturbing is that, like, in the back of my mind, there is this thought that I should email Richard. So it's that old man. I should email him, like ask to see him, because I believe that he's still like a pretty good therapist. But I don't think so, because I already have some pretty bad impression about him. Like it's like the guy who was late on Friday. The guy who was late to the meeting on Friday. Yeah, that guy. Like he doesn't even want to see me because he thinks if I do therapy with him at home, I'm gonna kill myself. That piece of shit. Yeah, there's just this disturbing thought on the back of my head that I should like ask to see him because I feel like he's kind of good, but no. I think that's bad. I should not do that. Yeah, Lanka, I want to email him because like he rejected me.
You want to email him?
I just want to tell him that I don't think it's a big deal. But I'm also thinking if I want to see him, I'm gonna have to pay money because it's like a full session. So I don't want to do that. I already kind of dislike him. Why would I want a full session with him? Yeah, he is a bitch. What the fuck? Like, like what I hate even more is that his logic kind of doesn't really make sense. Like he just abandons someone after he hears that they want to kill themselves. What? El amor siempre va sin. What? What does that mean? Love has no reason. But what does the second part mean?
Song.
Well, the first part is like love has no reason, but what else?
Banlenka, Spanish speaker.
Love always go for no reason, so it came to my heart. So first part is love has no reason. So it came to my heart.
I definitely don't speak loose
corazón means heart. Oh. Don't speak loose Spanish. Well, this is what 5 years of Spanish courses in like middle school looks like. Wow, you are impressed. It took 1 year. Well, how good are you after 1 year of Spanish? But yeah, that old guy really pisses me off. I fucking hate him. Even if he's like the best psychologist in this world, I'm still not gonna see him. Because I fucking hate him.
Camofew.
So yeah.
Ranko 3 cute.
So yeah, I decided to find someone else. And Yeah, I see no problem with online therapy, so I'm just gonna keep doing online therapy. Just gonna keep looking for someone who's online. I'm not gonna fucking listen to him. That fucking bitch. Yeah, so I found someone who appears to be pretty good because like his specialty is addiction, which is a pretty big problem for me. Like I have all sorts of addictions. Aversion or attraction unites us.
Bullying.
And also I don't believe in love. In like love in romanticism. Because like in romanticism it basically says like if you love someone, then like once you're with that person, everything is gonna be good. So like your lover is gonna be both your best friend and you're gonna have good sex with them, and also you're gonna just enjoy all your time with them. It's essentially just like your soulmate. Like you're just gonna do everything with them. But I think that's like a recipe for disaster, and that's what leads to cheating and stuff like that. If you're always with someone, that's just not good. Like you're not gonna like want to do like everything with them.
That's not what it says though.
Lanka, that's not what it says. Well, kind of, because like with like romanticism, it's like, it's like you need love. You need to be actually attracted to this person, to have love before you can like date this person. You need to like have actual like romantic attraction to have like this intense love, but you don't actually need that. You just need to like if you marry someone just because like if you are together it will be make sense financially, I think that's good. I think that's a good reason to just get married. Actually you write Spanish better than read.
That sucks.
Well, I can only read Spanish. I can't fucking write. I also cannot speak, but I can eavesdrop on Spanish speaking people on the metro. So like while they think, those Spanish speaking people think that I don't understand anything, so they can just like talk freely, but they don't know that I understand every word that they say. So that's like the only advantage that comes from like taking 5 years of Spanish classes. Here he knows. Yeah.
Face blue-eyed eyes, face orange biting nails. He knows.
I know the secret that all the Latinos hold. Lanka, miserable. I don't think that's miserable. I don't think you need romantic attraction. I feel like friendship kind of attraction is needed. Like you cannot be repulsed by the other person, but you do need but you don't need actual love, romance kind of attraction.
Padrian traducerm esto, parasaberque tan bien lo heist.
No, it's not miserable.
Miserable.
And you're thinking like this because like you are too much into like romanticism, which makes no sense.
Miserable.
Aku, Your Spanish is decent, but you need a bit of work. Well, yeah, you do need a bit of work. It feels like you're translating it from like English to Spanish. But yeah, I can translate. I can translate what you're saying, but it just feels like it doesn't really feel like what Spanish people are actually speaking. Like people who speak Spanish.
How you have those symbols TF?
Yeah, how do you have like these downward like question mark? What the fuck? Yeah, you sound like an English person speaking in Spanish.
Good enough.
But yeah, what I also like is like there's like an opening bracket and a closing bracket when there's like an exclamation or question thing or like a question mark.
I hold down the question.
So it's kind of like a programming language in a way where like you need closing and like opening and closing syntax.
Programmer brain.
Lanka, you are thinking like that because you know how being in love feels, but I'm saying that you don't need that. And like just because you love someone doesn't mean it's practical to be with them. Aku speaks clanker, lol.
Aku speaks clanker.
But nah, I don't subscribe to romanticism. No way. Like at least not extreme. This extreme amount of romanticism where it's like someone is willing to like literally destroy their life just for love. Do you ever watch romance anime? I'm trying to get into it. But it's kind of hard. Because it appears that it's just like especially like romance manhwa is kind of hard to read. Because the characters just feel way too unrelatable in a way.
You're right, that doesn't mean you're compatible, but if you have no love, your marriage is
Lanka,
fucked up eventually.
You have no love, your marriage is fucked up eventually. Why? Like, why does it... Because, like... No way. Because, like, romanticism just, like, says... Like, if you find your perfect partner, then you're gonna have to do everything with them. Then you're just gonna do everything together. But is that what you're talking about? Yawn.
Sneezing. It's not what it says.
And also like the normal romanticism just like says once you find someone who's perfect for you, you should literally just understand each other almost telepathically. So like you should be able to essentially understand what the other person is thinking without even communicating with them. And like once you find someone who's perfect, it's gonna be like a perfect match. And then like once you see that person, you're just gonna know that it's the perfect one for you.
I watched Frozen 2.
And you don't even need to talk to the other person. You two just know. And it's like, yeah. After you marry, it's just perfect life. There will be no more problem, no conflict, no nothing. Just like everything is perfect. Oh, Nikiri, you watched Frozen. I also watched Frozen. I did not watch Frozen 2. Because I feel like the story is already over. So like, what else do they want to talk about? Yeah, there was a Frozen 2. Like, all these sequels are kind of mid. Lanka. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm talking about romanticism. Like, this is what like romanticism stands for. But you're not talking about romanticism.
Or maybe you pulled it out of the Asian dramas BC. That's how they act there.
But like needing to love someone is also like part of romanticism, which I don't believe is you need that. I think you need like at least friendship level of connection. Like close friend level of connection, but you don't need to like be like romantically attracted to marry. Little gasp. Like also the Asian drama. Well, yeah, I guess maybe that's how they act there. But also like in this romance stuff, it's like we never see what happens once they get together. It's like the entire journey is just them getting together, but like once they get together, it just ends. It's like happily ever after. And this makes no sense either, because it's like that's not how real life works. Like once you get together, that's where the real trouble begins. Hey, hello. Your feet hurt. Yeah, you did a lot of walking. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, Lanka, that is too sweet. But like we just never see what happens once they get married. But like for most people, it's like once they get married, that the problem just begin, and the couple just kind of implode.
I had like 50 people at the venue, behind the stands. Sign a fucking pizza box.
50 people sign a pizza box. What the fuck? Signing a pizza box. Like a lot of it is what they are doing when they are together.
I know.
Well, that's good, but like the standard romance story is just like two people chasing each other for the entire story, and once they get together, it's just over. But yeah, maybe my lack of knowledge about romance is showing. But also, like, there's just like too much slop.
English, please.
Can you eat a bit of pizza? Maybe you cannot. Maybe you cannot eat a bit of pizza. But maybe there's just like for just like isekai, there's a lot of isekai slop. So there's also a lot of romance slop.
Aku would eat the last slice.
I would eat the last slice. Yeah, I would also eat the last slice.
Tragic.
Like, what do you mean what romance I'm reading? It's like every romance. Like, if you watch like anime, romance anime, there's always, or just like normal anime, there's like always like this romance tension going on between these two people, and like at the very end of the series, they just get together and that's over. But maybe you could educate a bit more. Tell me about your romance. Oh yeah, I also had like the domino coupon. There is another coupon which is seven topping pizza. 7 topping large for $15. So I got that one. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'm feeling like Domino pizza is not that great. Maybe. It's kind of mid. Even the 7 topping one is just kind of mid. Hollow, you posted the evidence. What? Oh my god, yeah, everything got signed. Good job. Yeah, I saw it. Hollow.
I know I got this one right.
Ako, you finished the cat girl. You like big boobs. Also, I don't even know that tetas means boobs. But I just know, like, instinctively. Tits. Big tits. Like, about the journey. Yeah, but the journey is stupid. I don't give a fuck about the journey.
Stream, bro.
It's like most people already get together, but once they get married, they just divorce after like 6 months.
Vix.
So that's not realistic. Like, before the marriage, everything is perfect. But the moment they get married, they just like, it's just fucking over. So I don't think that's how it works. Like, it's not because they have no problem before marriage that they're gonna have no problem after marriage. Like, of course they survived all of this, but they haven't done this like post marriage. So you don't know. You just don't know. Oh, stream fixed. Nice. Aku is intelligent, handsome, and tall. Your assistant wrote that. What? Your assistant
My assistant wrote that.
is a Spanish speaker. Yeah, Nikiri, that's more like 200 chapters in, and they can't even look at each other in the eyes. That's like the kind of romance you get in normal anime. All right, so
I put my phone
I guess what I want to
to
do is like to add some outlines to this drawing.
Also, that is basic Spanish, and she is horrible at Spanish.
Like you saw Michelin 5-star because you only have 5.
Or MB, my cooking skills just suck. How about that?
Because you only have potatoes at home. I mean, Ako, that is basic Spanish, and she's horrible at Spanish. But she's glazing you in Spanish, though. I mean, like, I'm not saying that. Actually, I'm not sure. I just feel like they should show more of what happens afterward, because a lot of people just have like the wrong image of what love looks like. They just think that once they get married, everything is gonna be fine, because they read too much of these like romance stuff that just don't show what happens after you get married.
Does Rain know what I said? Love is shit, and relationships are overrated.
I could do I know what you said? Hermosa. Kind of.
They just don't need to. They have
Hermosa. What does that mean? I need to look it up. I know some words. I don't know everything. Beautiful, cute. Linda means cute. I've never seen the word Linda before. Fallable. What is fallable? That's not a word.
He didn't know.
I didn't know. I didn't know what fallable means.
Fallible is fuckable, right?
Fallible is fuckable. Is it? Well, Google Translate is giving me nothing, so um like they have all kinds of problems before they get married. Yeah, these problems just kind of get ignored.
How so they get ignored? How do? Can asterisk.
Okay, that's how you draw and close it. And close it in this.
Gold PLZ, I don't understand what kind of crap you reading.
Lanka, it's like this. I guess it's also not really comparable to what you read, because I'm like referring to like these trash stuff like Naruto, where Naruto just like gets together with Hinata, but like there's like a zero development. They just kind of get together because the author says they have to get together, and they're just like happily married. So I guess it's also not really a good example. But like these are just like mainstream romance shit.
Hinata left
Like,
him
but like
full-time,
they
though.
don't even like, they just barely interact with each other. I don't buy it. And also like Naruto just loves Sakura.
I'm pretty sure that was right after Naruto moved on from Sakura too.
So like Hinata is literally like a third wheel. Yeah, way to go. That's like a really bad example.
Damn Naruto references.
That's like a really bad romance.
I didn't read to the moment they got together NGL.
No, like this romance is just dumb. They have no reason to be together. Other than just like because the author wants them to be together. Naruto should be with Sasuke. Yeah, for real.
Naruto objectively
For
should
real
be with
though.
Sasuke.
And also, I don't even understand
They have
why
the best
Sasuke
chemistry.
went with Sakura. Because Sasuke basically just dips when they were like 10 or something. And like Sakura just never sees him again. Like until after like 20 years. So it's just so dumb. Like it's the most one-sided romance ever. So like these are just not good like examples of romance. It's just so dog shit.
Sakura was really mean to
Okay.
Naruto, and as soon as she
Well,
started being nice, he ditched her.
I guess this is kind of done. Maybe I should draw more borders like this. Yeah, could be a good start to like drawing backgrounds. All right. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Lanka,
Well, no wonder if you take
yeah, I
examples
take
of
romance from
the
shonen and
LUL,
Asian dramas.
and Asian
Yeah,
drama
but I feel like these like all kinds of popular stuff are just not good.
Asian dramas so fucking
Aku,
sweet,
Sakura was
my
really
sugar
mean
spike.
to Naruto. But yeah, like romance is just really bad in this shonen stuff. It's just crazy. But yeah, that's the end of it for today. Gonna merge all of that. Yeah, see you. But yeah, not tomorrow though. Tomorrow I have an exam at night. So the day after. Hollow, how romance in shonen is bad. But yeah, see you.
Nothing hollow.